Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new completely free-to-play player versus player monster Tetsuman. Yes, if you want to get this monster, he is completely free. All you need to do is play PvP, and I can tell you, based on my experience, I was able to get lucky clips to rank 4 with a combination of rank up survival dungeon and just PvP. So if you want to get this monster, definitely rank 3 is obtainable just by doing player versus player. With that being said, huge shout out to SPA for giving me everything I need to make this video. They provided the monster, all the cells I need to take him to rank 5, and any gems I use will be reimbursed. Quick fun fact, this monster is also the community drawn monster. A player from the community drew this monster and now this monster came to life. So with that said, Malarian controlling all the Nebula and Electra, how can the superhero stop him? Well, they have their own secret weapon and his name is Tetsuman. Built with cutting-edge technology, countless fighting techniques, and a mission to protect the innocent, Tetsuman is said to give the villains a nightmare or two. Let's take a look at his trait. He's immune to shock. Very interesting. We've seen a lot of monsters that have been having shock skills. You know, even UV Fusion has a shock skill which prevents extra turns. So this tells me this monster is going to have some ET skills. We have Hardened, an umbrella trait, 20% of the time you don't get hit with negative effects. And you get a status caster precision, which means, oh, for your whole team. I'm glad it's not just for yourself. Your whole entire team will not be missing their attacks, so they'll have increased accuracy. Now, the reality is a lot of monsters are removing positive effects. If you look at Poseidonia, an anticipation monster, she can cleanse. We have, I think, Quace can cleanse. We have Slumster can cleanse. But with that being said, I guess it's still nice to have increased accuracy, especially if you're going first, and especially if you can maybe positive fresh protection. Maybe you have the Megaton monster, you evasion that Megaton monster, then your attacker has increased accuracy. That'll be good. So yeah, overall, I don't know. Overall, I'm not a big fan of the trait, the immune to shock. I don't know how relevant it is. I mean, I think there's a monster that starts the game off with shock against you, so at least you won't get shocked there. Yeah, I guess we'll see how the skills are, but I'm not a big fan of the immune to shock, but it's better than, I guess, immune to like a poison or a bleed, so I'll give it there. In terms of power stat, it's actually tied with that of Orakati and Malarian, 10,263. It's actually right around average. Same for the life stat, it's right around average, 113,401. It's tied with monsters like Zool, Malfetor, Ziggurat Fort, Tuska, and UV Fusion. And as for his speed stat, it's actually a little less than average. It's tied with that of Grakshak and Emerald Nathura, so stats-wise, nothing impressive. And again, trait-wise, for me personally, nothing impressive. If you disagree, let me know. His ultimate, never second best, applies nanovirus and bleed to all enemies, restores cooldowns on itself, and you give yourself an extra turn. Okay, so this actually does not deal any damage. All it does is give the enemies nanovirus and bleed. The bad thing is you don't cleanse before doing that, so if the enemies have evasion, well, you're not doing anything. You just basically restore cooldowns and get an extra turn. I'm not a fan of the ultimate unless he has some really godly skills. But even then, I wish it would like remove positive effects, then nanovirus, then bleed, then restore cooldown, then extra turn. But maybe I'm being too picky. Okay, so the first skill we have deals moderate thunder damage and applies shock to an enemy. So funny enough, he's immune to shock, but he can shock the enemy. 30 stamina, 0 cooldown. We have Shinobi Technique, deals low nature damage, 30 stamina, 0 cooldown. We have Carlo Chop, deals moderate nature damage to one enemy and poison. So once you go down poison skill, here's an extra turn skill. Swift Techie deals low thunder damage, gives one extra turn, a 1 turn cooldown, and again, it is low thunder damage though. I'm assuming he's going to have more ET skills inspired by the card. There it is. Damage boost and precision to itself, gives one extra turn to itself. 50 stamina, 3 turn cooldown. I do like that it gives the damage boost though. You know, Malarian has the exact same thing. What is it? Morax will. I don't think you get precision. It's just a damage boost. But then your attacks are stronger. So I do like that, and it lasts for 3 turns. Let's see if you have another one. Underdog Fury deals moderate nature damage, applies shock and burn. I do like the 2 dots. Burn has always been one of my favorite ones. And again, since shock prevents ET skills, super useful against Voltaik, super useful against Madam Fusion being able to turn transfer. Wait, no, I lied. Madam Fusion's turn transfer cleanses. Unfortunate for you. Yeah, so Madam Fusion would actually be able to use that skill on herself and then trade disable you and then shock you to prevent you from doing stuff, and then end off with an evasion. But again, assuming you're facing the AI, that's not a problem because the AI is not going to do that. No weak spots, applies fire immunity. Ooh, target receives no fire damage. Super useful considering you are a nature monster. Gives 1 extra turn to itself. I will say the one thing I'm not liking, is like 2 of your skills. Let's see the last skill. Deals moderate poison and bleed. Okay, no weak spots, gives you fire immunity. Inspired by Crowd gives you a damage boost. Your only other extra turn skill is Swift Techie, which is low damage. So even with the damage boost, it's not that much. So you would probably have to do Inspired by the Crowd, Swift, and then no weak spots on yourself. Well, yeah, it's only on yourself. And you can do Swift again, and you can do another skill, but then your fire immunity is going to disappear. It almost feels like no weak spot is the last thing you have to do if there's a fire monster. And then you end up with the strong attack, but your attacks aren't that crazy strong. I don't know how I feel about this monster. I'm not liking the monster too much, to be honest. He's a free ET monster, so that's the good thing about him. I think if I was to run him, I'd do Inspired by the Crowd. You run Swift, because you can get 2 attacks out of there, so that's obviously useful. If you happen to have Power Armor, because you bought the first pass, maybe he can benefit from the Power Armor, so every attack is a little stronger. Inspired by the Crowd, Swift. I would say you don't really need no weak spots unless you're specifically in a war. He's one of those situational monsters where, hey, if you happen to be in a nature fire war, hey, run this and you're good. You know, maybe you just do no weak spots, you run them all team speed, and you're just protected from the fire attacker. You know, right now in the Metro era, who do you have to worry about? There's probably not that many monsters that come to mind. Zul's not an attacker. Hydraka, I don't even know how many players actually have Hydraka ranked up. Satman and Face Rug. So, yeah, that's something to think about. I do like his dots. He can apply a good number of dots on you. So I would do something like, I would probably damage boost, Swift, and then shock and burn. And then next turn, Swift and poison and bleed. Or maybe I would poison and bleed first, because remember that reduces damage output by 20 and 20%. So I think in total is 36% damage output reduced. And then this is more of a dot monster. I don't even know if he needs this, to be honest. I don't even know if he needs Swift. He's more of a damage dealer with dots. So I honestly think, yeah, I'm not going to bother running this just because there's not going to be, I think in PvP there's no like meta fire monster I'm going to run into, with the exception of Chael Long, but, you know, he removes positive effects anyways. I'm confused. Like, I could run him as an attacker, but I don't think he has the damage output to run him an attacker. He's more of a dot monster. So to me that says run him as a team speed. We'll give him a Jazz Mask nonetheless, and we will give him a Cane Sword nonetheless. And in terms of talents, what do we want to give him? Let's see. Oh, you know what? If you decide to start off, it depends what you do on turn 1. If you decide to go with a Shock and Burning to stop ET, then I would say you give this monster Hidden Shiv. That way you add the bleed on top of it. Yeah, I think I would do that. Like I said, you could do Power Armor if you have it, but assuming you are free to play and you're not having that. What else? This could be an Adrenaline Injector monster, of course. Anyone can, really. You never have to worry about stamina. This could be a Dark Overdose monster as well. What else could we give them? Extra, let's see, remove stamina from all enemies. I guess we can Vulnerable, that way, yeah. Oh, actually, deals, yeah, Vulnerable is actually a good one. Because I believe and Guard Down, that way you don't miss your next AoE. And the dots are even stronger. So he's a good Snitch Band monster if you have that. Alright, I think we are good to go. So yeah, as much as it's like he's supposed to be an attacker, I would say you team speed him. I would say team speed. I would say all team speed, to be honest. He's just there for team speed purposes. Since he's 130, I'm going to give him a life. I don't anticipate him being attacked though, because I'm going to make sure my team protects him from being attacked. Alright, this is the team I'm going to run. I'm actually going to switch his life to a speed. That way he's faster and he can actually apply his dots and he can actually do stuff. Yeah, if not, he might not do anything. So let's hope I can find some good opponents. Of course, if there are some if it looks like I'm going to win, I'm going to exit out because it wouldn't be fair to him with the monster that was given to me for the sole purpose of an exclusive first look. So we start things off with Smite. Things are looking really good for me in terms of damage output. Shockwave, Underground, yeah, obviously very, very weak considering I'm not dealing much damage, but I can still do the damage boost. I can still do Swift for a quick, like, tap. So, bam, Snitch Band, AoE, oh. How much damage does it deal? I don't want to kill them. Oh, Snitch Brand, I always forget. Snitch Brand, 20k. But it's after the Vulnerable, right? So, does that become... After damaging with the skill, applies Vulnerable and Guard Down, and then it deals the 20? So, doesn't that automatically double, become 50% stronger? I think that is the case, no? 41 and Shockwave, they both deal 41. Oh, wait, it's single target. Shockwave is a single target, but the Poison and Bleed is a residual. Underground Furry's the AoE. So yeah, you would probably do that one first. Alright, but let's try out Shockwave. Let's slow this down. So let's see. 41 Poison Bleed. And then Brand kicks in. Vulnerable. Guard down. And then, yeah, and then it kicks in. So it's stronger. What the heck? So the residual damage from Snitch Brand is so cool because it already gets a 50% boost. That's awesome. Alright, we'll try this again. Huh, maybe... I was going to say maybe I should redo him as an attacker, give him some strength runes, but even then it's still swift and then that main attack. We're not going to bother with this opponent, and we're going to with the next one. Yeah, level 40, I don't have my Pierce mechanic on me, so that wouldn't be very nice. Okay, so I think if you want to start the game off with the AoE, then you definitely... Darn. Hope I don't die. Let's go Ignorance. If you want to start the game off with the AoE, then... Please don't do Evasion. Unknown English. Okay. Hate Suppression, of course. One shot, one kill. Unrelenting Assault. Ouch. Man, if only I could have shocked you. What was I going to say? If you want to start the game off with the AoE, in that case, it might be a good idea to give them the Hidden Shiv. That way you have Shock, Bleed, and Burning on all the enemy monsters on turn 1. Yeah, that could work really well. Alright. Fight. Alright, we'll do Ignorance's Bliss again. Boom, Smite, and you have too much, not a problem. I think, let's see, damage boost nonetheless, and then Shock Burn to all enemies, Shock Wave, Poison Bleed, but that's single targets. So I am going to do who has the highest HP, so we'll hit you with Swift. Alright, and then we'll do Underdog, so everyone has, look at those dots, beautiful dots. Beautiful dots. Alright, so now you can go. Look, dots killed you. We're just going to survive and adapt. We're going to recharge. And then Chaotic Wish. If not, the dots would have killed you. Warming Light. Cleansing, unfortunately. Let's remove DA. Recharge. You can do my little quick swift attack. Cane Sword does residual damage. And then Shockwave. Boom. There you go. Overall, I see him as a dot dealer. Not that strong. But let's try making him an attacker. So we're going to switch this. And we're going to give him his strength runes. We're going to give him 2 strength runes. And we're going to give Qiaolong absolute 0 again. Alright, let's do this. I swapped out 2 of the team speed for strength. And then I have Ignorance's Bliss and absolute 0 combo again. So there we go. Mega Freeze. Let's see what kind of damage I can deal. So, really quickly, 70k damage and 126. I have that advantage right now. And 84. Okay. So oh, they're both 30. Yeah, okay. So this is 50% stronger. 126, 126. Nice. Alright, so I would probably... 105 is not bad. Boom. And then, there we go. And then the AoE would kill you, obviously. Health Gene. Ooh, doing lots of dots, huh? Boom. Underground. Underdog. He does seem pretty strong. He does seem pretty strong this time around. Let's try. Again. What skill? But I don't have a shock skill, so I can't stop the enemy, right? I don't have a shock skill. If I wanted a shock skill on him, I would have to give no poison to an enemy. And this is actually my strongest attack. If I wanted to end with that, yeah, look at that. It's my strongest attack. So don't underestimate Carlo Chop. It might be worth using. Deals low nature damage to all enemies and deals 0. So this is the shock one. So if you wanted to be able to stop ETs, you would have to run that. Let's click fight again. And let's see what we do. Click fight. This one's going to be rather easy, I think. We're actually going to go Corrupted... Ooh. Wow, even Corrupted Dragon killed. Favorite trick, Soul Eater. Alright, CDA. I don't have 0 cooldown skills. I have to recharge. Alright, recharge with all my monsters. Noxious Nature Weakness, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to recharge. Okay. So we have Jazz Master. Okay, so 1 turn cooldown is good. Boom. Band kicks in. Brand kicks in. Mask. I get stamina back. Shockwave or Underground. I guess Shockwave. It means torture right now. How do I feel about the monster? I'm not sure. Let's take it to rank 5. I feel like I've dropped enough to where he might be at the point where he just feels powerful, but I think overall I'm not really liking him. Alright, let's see. 130, 148. Look at that. Hydraka. Now that fire weakness would have, or fire immunity would have come in handy. Alright, Ignorance is Bliss. What's even better is freezing you. So Ignorance is Bliss. And we shall see. Alright, I took a bunch of stuff. Inspired. And I feel like Swift dealing 178k damage. Super weak attack. Level difference for sure. Place an impact on that one. Yeah. OTK. The AoEs, look at that. That's that powerful. Boom. And then dead. And then Pure Panda comes back to life. Alright. We'll do like 2 more attacks. He definitely feels very powerful, but I think on paper he's not powerful, and I think it's just a matter of the league I'm in. Let's see if I find any 150s. Okay, 150s. Good. Alright, let's see. Ignorance is Bliss. If anything, we stop Hardy. Let's see damage output. Oh, no stamina. Recharge. Adrenaline Injector would also be really good for him. Absolute Zero. Ouch. Alright, maybe we'll corrupt the Dragon you. Oh, darn it. I got stamina drain, so now I can't attack. Recharge. We're going to punish you. Okay, thank goodness for the bleed. Reduce damage output. Okay, as long as I get an attack in. Alright, let's see. We have 114. And then that's an OTK. And then that is also an OTK. Why is that OTK? You don't have nature. Oh, magic. And then you happen to have one. Okay, so let's do a damage boost. And then the AoE feels very, very strong. But it's not. It's only 30 damage. And then the residual dots. So, yeah, I like the dots. I really, really like the dots. So, you know what? I would say to have a really... I say if you play PvP, you end up with a rank 3, you'd have a decently strong monster that you got just for the duration of the month playing PvP. So I wouldn't miss out on him. I'd go ahead and do as much PvP as possible. Pick him up. He has good dots. You can do Hidden Shiv and then do Bleed, Poison, or Bleed, Burning, and Shock in an AoE. The Swift just deals an extra tap of damage with a damage boost. So your 25 is essentially, what is that, 32.5, and your AoE that's 30 is essentially a 45 damage AoE. So that damage boost does make a difference. Give him Laser Beam Sword, he can deal extra damage. The Jawstar's Mask also helps with stamina, especially with that Swift tap. Maybe that's why he has Swift, just to attack the monster you need, recover your stamina, and then follow up with an AoE. So I don't know, I'm a little like up and down on him, so I want to hear your guys' opinion. Let me know what you think about him in the comments below. Is he worth grinding for? Is he not worth grinding for? He's definitely not worth the battle pass, I can say that. But any thoughts, let me know in the comments below. If anything, think about the nature monster you have. Slumpster, support, Poseidonia, Anticipation, support, and I guess you could run it as an attacker. Super Dream, Deny, who cares about him? Emerald Thura, attacker. I would probably say attacker with the possibility of healing the team, so interesting attacker. Elo Death, reverse healing, Jacksepticeye, like a taunt tank, Fruit Taster, taunt tank. So if you want an attacker, it's really only Emerald Thura that is competition, and she's not much competition, I would say. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.